Good afternoon, everybody. We'll get the show on the road here. So, welcome to the Technical Standards and Safety Authority's 2024 annual public meeting. I'm RJ Falcone, Chair of TSSA's Board of Directors. Bonjour et bienvenue à l'Assemblée publique annuelle de la TSSA. Je suis RJ Falcone, Président du Conseil d'Administration. Before we start, I would like to acknowledge that as some of us are joining from different locations today, we are on the traditional territories of many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. The upcoming National Day for Truth and Reconciliation on September 30th is a time for our nation to remember the harm that was done by residential schools in this country and the lives forever impacted. TSSA will recognize this day with employees including participation in Orange Shirt Day. So I'm pleased that so many of you are joining us today. This is an opportunity for TSSA to connect with the Ontario public and the regulated industries on important safety topics. In today's meeting, we'll celebrate our collaborative safety achievements from the past year and look ahead to TSSA's priorities for the coming year. This afternoon, we're delighted to welcome Ontario's Minister of Public and Business Service Delivery and Procurement, the Honourable Todd McCarthy, and who are here with us in person along with other key team members from the ministry. So you'll also hear from our President and CEO, Bonnie Rose, and she'll update us on the remarkable progress that we have made in the first year of our new strategic plan. She'll also explain our key areas of focus for the current fiscal year. And after Bonnie's presentation, the executive team will take your questions about our safety initiatives. Now, let's kick off the meeting with a safety moment, as we normally do. So you're going to hear from Debbie Goslin. She's one of our fuels investigators. She's featured in a series of safety videos created for Fraud Prevention Month this year. The information in this video applies year-round, especially when we prepare to replace or upgrade our fuels equipment for the colder seasons. And with fall and winter coming, this is a particularly relevant issue for anyone now looking to hire registered professionals for fuels work. So just sit back and let's watch it now.
Hi everyone, I'm Debbie Goslin, a fuels investigator with the Technical Standards and Safety Authority, or TSSA. This Fraud Prevention Month, TSSA is here to provide you with vital information and tools to help you stay away from fuels equipment scammers, also known as trunk slammers. Join us this month as we cover important topics on this video. Let's discuss who trunk slammers are. In Ontario, furnace and fuel-fired appliances must be maintained by TSSA registered contractors, and they are required to employ certified and trained gas technicians. Trunk slammers are uncertified, unregistered technicians who may offer you cheaper labor and materials. However, without proper certifications and registrations, these scammers are hard to track down if issues arise. Their work is not audited by TSSA for safety compliance. Hiring fuel scammers can expose you to carbon monoxide poisoning and other dangers. Never leave home safety to trunk slammers. Stay tuned for our next video where we will explore ways to identify and avoid these illegal operators.
Well, isn't that interesting? How many of you knew what a trunk slammer was? Right? I mean, I didn't. I mean, tailgate parties, yes, but trunk slammers, no. So, anyway, Debbie discusses fraudulent fuels workers in a series of, there's 4 short videos. So, please, if you visit our YouTube channel, you can explore the rest of the videos and share them with your networks. Now, for those of us joining us virtually, please bear with us because should any technical difficulties arise, it might happen, right? We have a dedicated team of technical experts ready to resolve any issues as quickly as possible. But to keep the meeting running smoothly, all online attendees are in listen-only mode. So if you'd like to turn on the closed captioning, just hover your mouse over the video player and click on the CC icon in the bottom right corner of the screen. And before and during the Q&A session, feel free to enter your questions into the text box on your screen. And after today's meeting, of course, a recording of the event will be made available on our website next week at tssa.org. So, after a transformative journey, TSSA began fiscal year 2024 on solid ground, and we set out to implement a new strategic plan. And in everything we do, safety outcomes remain our top priority, and partnership is at the heart of this modern, collaborative, outcome-focused approach. Partnership is important because at TSSA, we believe that safety is a shared responsibility and all stakeholders play a vital role. These include equipment designers, manufacturers, installers, maintainers, owners, operators, insurers, consumers, and the public, you, the public. We oversee the safety system, and as an outcome-based regulator, TSSA focuses on where the risk is the greatest and takes a collaborative approach to help regulated customers remain compliant and operate safely. In fiscal year 2024, we made big strides in facilitating better safety outcomes. From launching more user-friendly online platforms to simplifying processes, we've made it much easier for our stakeholders to manage their safety responsibilities with us. For example, our revamped website and new TSSA client portal allow regulated individuals and companies to easily access information, tools, and services, and handle transactions, manage business information, and perform many, many more tasks. By keeping their profiles up to date in this new portal, customers can help us gather accurate and reliable data for identifying and reducing risks. And our partnership with the Ontario government is also crucial to our safety efforts. Working with the Ministry of Public and Business Service Delivery and Procurement, we're closing safety gaps and modernizing. Whether enhancing the existing licensing framework or laying the foundation to regulate alternative fuels such as hydrogen and biofuels, TSSA is committed to working closely with the government for a safer, more sustainable future for Ontarians. Our continued partnership with the ministry and the industries we regulate is instrumental to delivering the safety outcomes we strive for. By partnering with the government, we can align on policy priorities and address safety risks through regulatory efforts. And working collaboratively with industry helps us stay attuned to evolving risks and tackle safety challenges with our partners on the ground. Engaging with our industry partners is also a fundamental part of TSSA's work and one of my favorite parts of this role. And just before this session, a board of directors and I had the pleasure of meeting the chairs of our advisory councils, and their valuable insights and meaningful inputs inform our future planning and enable us to continuously improve the services and programs we offer to enhance safety. As the chair of TSSA's board of directors, it's truly a privilege to lead a dynamic, diverse, and dedicated board. Our directors bring together a wealth of experience, and we're really fortunate to have industry leaders and experts from various professions and backgrounds guiding TSSA's strategic decisions. This past fiscal year, the board of directors was pleased to welcome new leadership, with Glenn Pedassery stepping into the role of vice chair, succeeding Brian Chu. And I'd like to thank Brian for his years of dedicated service and outstanding contributions in the role of vice chair. And we're grateful to him for remaining on the board to provide his guidance. Brian, thank you. Where are you? So now I'd like to introduce all the members of TSSA Board of Directors. There's no need to stand up, but just at the end. We got Brian Chu, Bonnie Agostino, Kathy Bailey, Andrew Bedeau, Marnie Dicker, Connie Graham, Jim Keach, Peter Marcucci, Ray Mantha, our newest board member, Glenn Pedassery, Elaine Pitcher, and Susanna Robinson. Could you just stand up quickly? Everybody see you? I can't thank you guys enough for your ongoing contributions to the board. So, as TSSA continues to advance our purpose and strategic plan, the board of directors is confident in our future. And we'd like to take a moment to recognize TSSA employees for working together as one strong, high-performing, and unified team that is effectively executing on the new strategic plan and delivering innovative programs leading to better safety results. The One TSSA team has also earned some well-deserved recognitions for their commitment to safety. And this year, TSSA won the 5-Star Safety Cultures Award by the Canadian Occupational Safety Magazine for the 3rd time. And at the same time, yes, sure. And at the same time, CEO Bonnie Rose was once again named a top woman in safety. Congratulations to Bonnie and the TSSA team. Remarkable achievements. So now I'd like to invite Bonnie Rose to the stage to share our key accomplishments from the past fiscal year and to discuss our upcoming priorities. So over to you, Bonnie.
Sorry, it's been a long time since I've worn heels. And then they asked me to do stairs. So thank you very much, RJ. Good afternoon, everyone. I am very pleased that you are here with us today. First off, I'd like to thank RJ, the board, and the ministry for their steadfast support of TSSA's transformation and new strategic plan. This partnership is crucial to our success as an outcome-based regulator. I'd also like to thank all our customers and stakeholders for supporting our new regulatory approach. We appreciate the patience our customers have shown during our strategic plan when we had to fix the foundations with a new IT implementation and address the recommendations of the Auditor General. These important undertakings will start paying dividends as we pursue new initiatives that make it easier to work with us and advance our outcome-based regulator approach. As an outcome-based regulator, we now have a wide-ranging toolkit at our disposal. It goes beyond enforcement to include education, problem-solving, partnership, and advanced customer service tools. Together, as partners, we will all benefit from this approach while advancing our vision for a safer Ontario. Today, TSSA operates as a more modern, collaborative, outcome-based regulator, focusing on safety results and working closely with our regulated communities to reduce harm. I'm proud of how our team has united behind this approach while driving improved safety results for our province. The fiscal year 2024 that recently came to a close marks the first year of our new strategic plan. This strategy continues to guide us towards better safety outcomes, leveraging the substantial progress TSSA has made over the past several years. We're pleased to report some notable achievements. Since 2015, there has been a steady decrease in permanent injuries in our regulated industries across Ontario. In 2024, our province saw 32% fewer injuries compared to a decade ago when factoring out population growth. We've also observed a declining risk of injury or fatality since 2021, which reflects reduced risk across our regulated industries. As part of our outcome-based regulator strategy, we've introduced more compliance standards to align harm reduction efforts with the level of risk posed. We've seen remarkable progress in how these standards are being followed by industries. In fiscal year 2024, compliance rates for fuel contractors, for example, reached 80%. These safety results are no small feat. They reaffirm the success of our partnership and the need for us to continue working together for a safer Ontario. To fuel our partnership, TSSA has been proactive in making it easier for our regulated customers to collaborate with us. Ease of doing business is one of the core themes of our new strategic plan. This past year, we started to address this. Here are a few highlights. TSSA has launched a revamped corporate website and a new client portal, both designed to offer easy access to our services. Our new corporate website went live in November 2023 and offers an easier and more efficient way to access information and resources, providing a better overall user experience. Our high-demand services are available online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through the new TSSA client portal. From submitting a request to write an exam to paying for applications or invoices, everything can be done with a few clicks, making things even more convenient for our customers. And within our organization, we established a centralized unit to better support our commitment to improving customer service. These initiatives are the first steps in transforming our interactions with clients. A key accomplishment of our transformative journey is the completion of the OASIS project. Sorry. Yeah. This multi-year IT investment has brought our outcome-focused vision to life by providing robust data to fuel harm reduction programs. Thanks to the OASIS project and our team's meticulous efforts to cleanse data, we now have more accurate and reliable information to identify risks, make informed decisions, allocate resources, and target our efforts effectively. We crossed the finish line with the launch of the TSSA client portal. Now, I'm excited to share a video we used at an employee event. It captures our success with the new portal and how our project team feels about this new milestone. Please enjoy the video.
Launching the portal is the finishing touch on all the hard work we've been doing over the last 4 or 5 years.
This was my 4th involvement with the OASIS project, and I believe it was my favorite. We built an amazing product. It's working, we are getting feedback, it's great. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that was involved in this project.
As I'm observing our customers interact during the soft launch period, being able to see their data and make changes to their account, it feels good to see TSSA reach this milestone.
It's been a huge accomplishment for our organization and also a huge opportunity for our customers. We've all come a long way, we've all grown with this project, and I'm just super proud to see where our organization has come in the modernization that we have implemented for our business.
We did it. We launched the TSSA client portal. And I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who was involved in this success. I know it's been a tremendous amount of work for all of you, but thanks to your efforts, our customers can now do business with us online.
I was so grateful it was done. I almost was disappointed when the band Oasis announced they were coming back. Sorry. The OASIS project shows what we can achieve as one TSSA team, and it's a great business enabler for TSSA. With the completion of the earlier phases of the project, this past year, we were able to migrate clean data from a legacy system to a centralized system we call our data lake. This move gives our team easy access to trustworthy safety data, leading to more efficient processes and better data insights. And by decommissioning our old platform, we achieved some cost savings. Strengthening processes and addressing safety gaps remain top priority for TSSA. Over the past year, we continued to make progress in resolving historical lapsed authorizations. These are cases where licenses lapsed for devices in the past for more than 1 year. Yet some were continuing to operate without a current license. With a proven process to tackle these issues, at the end of the past fiscal year, we resolved nearly 90% of all historical lapsed devices. Supporting these important changes requires an engaged and experienced workforce. Internally, we're committed to growing and investing in our talented employees. We designed a new talent development initiative last year to enhance our team's leadership capabilities. This program will equip our managers and supervisors with advanced leadership and team building skills. This program has just been implemented and has received positive feedback from the first cohort of participants. These are just some of the highlights of the strong momentum we're building with our new strategic plan. I encourage you to view TSSA's most recent annual report online at tssa.org for a more detailed overview of our accomplishments from the last fiscal year. Looking forward to this fiscal year, the second year of our strategic plan, I want to highlight our key objectives and initiatives across all 4 strategic themes. I'll begin with our plans to continue on our outcome-based regulator journey. TSSA has an authorization process that enables the oversight of technical professionals, organizations, and devices in Ontario. Through this process, we can collect accurate data on the safety status of regulated entities and use the data to build risk-based profiles. This way, we can prioritize our time working with entities that are more likely to cause harm. In the previous fiscal year, we reached our target to collect data for over 40% of authorizations. To build on this success, TSSA aims to increase the data we collect to 60% this year. We are going to achieve this by collecting data on high-risk violations and incidents in the boilers and pressure vessels program area. Further improving our data, TSSA is following up this year with the estimated 17,000 unauthorized boilers and pressure vessels, some of which we know are still in use. TSSA licenses our regulated devices to ensure they meet required safety standards. After the initial inspections, devices undergo periodic inspections to ensure they remain compliant and then should receive a certificate of inspection. Through our web portal, TSSA is enabling owners of these unverified devices to access their device inventory, report their status, and begin the authorization process if necessary. Licensing and registrations are key tools in safety oversight. That is why TSSA is proposing annual licensing for certain regulated sectors where TSSA has no legal ability to license specific entities. This initiative aims to close safety gaps by providing regular touch points beyond inspections, enhancing our oversight of regulated devices. Annual licensing will improve our visibility into risks, strengthen our understanding of safety incidents and trends, and provide us with data for harm reduction. Annual licensing is being considered for operating engineer plants, propane distributors, digester, landfill, and biogas plants, liquid fuel distributors, and private fuel outlets. After engaging stakeholders, we will submit an implementation proposal to the Ontario government for consideration. Compliance standards and risk scores are key initiatives under our outcome-based regulator strategic theme. Both tools provide clear guidance to help TSSA and our regulated communities prioritize safety issues. TSSA inspectors already use compliance standards at periodic inspections for elevators and in certain areas in fuels. Meanwhile, risk scores are used to predict the potential for hazards to decide the frequency of inspections. This year, we plan to develop new standards for liquid fuels and propane and introduce new risk scores for propane, elevators, and operating plants based on enhanced risk modeling. In order to see the continued success of our outcome-based regulator approach, we know education and awareness are crucial. We will continue our efforts in these areas, ensuring that all stakeholders are fully engaged in our modernized way of working and that the regulated community is aware of the actions they need to take to remain safe. TSSA is committed to making it easier for our customers to manage their safety obligations with us. Our goal is to reduce administrative burden for our regulated communities while enabling everyone to work together efficiently with a high level of customer satisfaction. We will start with simplifying our processes. We recognize the frustration expressed by some customers with the efficiency of our certification and engineering processes. Currently, these two processes are not as swift and seamless as they should be, and we need to do better. To improve our level of service, we are launching the first phase of our plan to simplify these two processes, beginning with a comprehensive analysis of the customer journey. We are identifying areas for improvement, and we will implement solutions over the next 18 months to streamline these processes, making them more efficient and user-friendly. Our success is built on the dedication and expertise of our team. Under the theme of rewarding purpose-driven work, we are committed to developing our people. As mentioned earlier, we have already started to implement a leadership development program to equip supervisors and managers with the mindset and skills to lead effectively. This fiscal year, TSSA will also formally introduce development plans for employees. Employees will work together with their managers to focus on their potential and career aspirations, helping to improve development opportunities and retention. Building on a successful pilot, we look forward to rolling this out more broadly this year. Under the theme Future Ready, we are proactively preparing for upcoming challenges and opportunities. We will implement safety frameworks for hydrogen and biofuels, starting with hydrogen this fiscal year. These frameworks include data collection, licensing, and inspections, will enable safe environments as our province moves towards greener, more sustainable energy sources. Growing internal capacity is crucial for us to support fast-developing sectors like nuclear power. As training and qualifying nuclear engineers and inspectors takes time, this year TSSA will begin to expand this expertise in our BPV team. This will help ensure we can support Ontario's nuclear sector. To learn more about our strategic objectives, you can access our fiscal year 2025 business plan at tssa.org. As President and CEO of TSSA, I am proud of our outstanding executive leadership team. They are a profoundly dedicated team who continue to drive our organization forward with a clear vision and a strong commitment to safety outcomes. I am pleased to introduce them to you now. Please stand when your name is called. Tom Ayers, Vice President, Policy, Legal, and General Counsel. Dan Brazier, Chief Financial Officer, who is standing in Denmark waving at you all today. Alexandra Campbell, Vice President of Communications and Stakeholder Relations. Lisa Diamond, Vice President of People and Culture. And Ajay Ravel, Vice President, Operations. Next, I'd like to introduce our statutory directors to you and ask them to stand. Ajay Kadirgamar, Statutory Director, Elevating and Amusement Devices Safety Program. Kelly Hart, Statutory Director, Fuel Safety Program. Kim Semper, Statutory Director, Boilers and Pressure Vessels and Operating Engineer Safety Program. And Phil Simeon, Statutory Director, Regulatory Policy. Thank you so much for your leadership and contributions. As our chair, RJ, mentioned earlier, safety is a shared responsibility, and strong industry partnerships are essential for ensuring public safety. Industries offer valuable insights into our strategic plan and safety initiatives, enhance our industry engagement efforts, and contribute to our collective safety successes. I am pleased to report that our collaboration continued to gain momentum through several key initiatives. In the BPV program area, a new process was introduced last year, which allows eligible piping contractors to inspect piping systems as an alternative to an inspection by TSSA. To ensure its smooth adoption, we partnered with industry for some successful education through webinars and training sessions about the new processes. For elevating devices, we introduced enhanced compliance standards for hydraulic and traction elevators in June, making necessary updates to our safety oversight. We also held webinars to ensure the industry fully understood these changes. Our partnership with the National Association of Amusement Ride Safety Officials continued with a successful 3-day training event in April 2024. More than 160 attendees, including amusement ride manufacturers, engineers, academics, ride mechanics, and theme park operations professionals, attended the event to gain knowledge, earn education credits, and take examinations. In fuels, we formalized the heating contractor audit program in the past fiscal year, shifting our focus to auditing contractors' business operations instead of conducting field inspections for code compliance. This program has incorporated improvements identified through the program's initial launch. Additionally, TSSA introduced variances that allow companies to operate their existing unapproved commercial or industrial equipment until official approval is obtained. TSSA issued an advisory to clearly communicate these variances with the industries. We'd like to thank the fuels industry for their support to these safety enhancements. In addition to these initiatives, we continue to collaborate with our industry partners on various public education campaigns, amplifying safety awareness to a broader audience. These included barbecue safety, patio heater safety, seasonal flooding safety, and carbon monoxide awareness campaigns. We deeply appreciate our industry partners' support for our safety efforts. We also value your feedback on all our initiatives, including our safety programs and new digital platforms, such as our new corporate website and client portal. Advisory councils are central to our partnership with industry. Acting as our sounding boards and bridges to their industry, they are instrumental in helping us make informed decisions to enhance public safety. I would like to take a moment to recognize the contributions of our advisory councils and introduce each of the chairs. When your name is called, please stand and remain standing until all the names have been introduced. Cindy Cipher, Amusement Devices; Ray Dolmage, Consumers; Jim Miller, Elevating Devices; Brent Francis, Liquid Fuels; Martin Limas, Natural Gas; Mark Lambert, Operating Engineers and Boilers and Pressure Vessels; and David Karn, Propane; and Kevin Nichols, Skis Lifts. Please join me in thanking the council chairs and members. Thank you, guys, for really their unwavering commitment to public safety in the province. So thank you, guys. Now we'll take your questions. I'd like to invite the executive leadership team to join me on stage for questions and answers.
So we can take questions from people who are here. I think we have a mic, so if you want to ask a question, we do ask you to wait till you have a microphone, because that way also people who have joined us online can hear. We have quite a number of people who have joined us online. And if you're online, you can type your question in. We may have already received some during the remarks. So first I'll just see if there's anybody in the room would like to ask a question. Okay, Ray from our Consumer Advisory Council.
I have two. One I talked at the other meeting, but our concern as consumers is the harmonization across the country and the training issues, where there are not enough technicians to do the service, and there's an aging population. So I know that TSSA is not the only one facing it, but what is TSSA really doing really hard to drive that? What can we do to help you? And the second question was on your carbon monoxide program. I'm wondering if you're going to have another run this fall, because my feedback from people is a lot of them get confused, and it's odd. about the tones, about the tone. They tell me, well, it's the same as a smoke alarm. I said, no, it's not. Well, what does it do? So I think maybe if you're going to rerun it, you might want to give a little bit more to people on what exactly is it telling you, because I've been surprised at some of the comments I get, and also what is the tone telling you. I had one person say, I took it out because it was bugging me, which is not the right solution. No. Thank you.
We actually had a call into our incident line, somebody saying their alarm was going off, their carbon monoxide alarm, and they'd unplugged it, but now what should they do? So I'm going to answer the carbon monoxide question first around education. So we are running it again. Thanks for the question. Yeah. Really proud of the education program that we've been running. I have some people here today on the TSSA team who are in charge of that. Twice a year we do 2 major campaigns where we reach out to communities. We do a community blitz approach, and we do some measurement to make sure that the message is being received and understood. So thanks for the suggestion, because we're always trying to make improvements. And for anybody who's listening, if you don't already know, have the alarms, have them outside sleeping areas. Make sure that you replace them when you need to, replace the batteries or check them to make sure they're working. And it's actually very common for people to think it's going off and it annoys them, so they unplug it. And so usually if it's going off, it's often because there's a carbon monoxide incident. And I know first responders and our inspectors are wearing personal alarms now, and there's a lot of news stories even about ambulance attendants going to a heart attack call, and coincidentally their CO alarm is also going off, so it's maybe more, and know the symptoms. But we are running it again, so thank you. On the harmonization, I'll see if Bonnie or Tom want to add anything, but I know one of the major initiatives we're doing is looking to adopt codes more quickly, which is in line with what some other provinces do, and that's certainly one key way to keep Ontario harmonized with the rest of what's happening across the country.
Thanks, and thanks for the question, Ray. Harmonization of codes and standards, not just across the country, but across North America, is something we keep hearing from the industries we regulate. We get the message. We have made efforts to try and harmonize. When you're building an elevator, you don't just build it for Ontario, for example. You build it for, if not just Canada, but for North America wide. So the requirements should be the same. We have made some significant progress in that regard. We now have a harmonized North American elevator standard. Wherever the opportunity presents itself, we will try to harmonize the standards nationally, and if we can, internationally as well. And that's a objective of TSSA. In terms of the other question,
it was just trades.
Trades. I can try and answer that question. Skilled trades problem is, the availability of skilled trades is a problem in Ontario. What I can say, in order for TSSA to do its part, we have to make the certification process at the organization simpler. We have to make it quicker, and we have made strides in that direction. We have currently an initiative underway to revamp our training and certification program so that TSSA is not a roadblock when it comes to getting certification for skilled trades in Ontario. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for that question. Anybody else have their hand up, or is there anything online? I'm just checking my phone because I know we have a guest coming today. Okay. So this is one online.
Yep, so OE question. Will the process of scheduling exams be improved, and will more sittings become available to reduce wait times?
Is that, Lisa, you wanna, or Bonnie, do you wanna answer that?
It's up to you. Yeah. Okay. Yes, we know that we have a problem in our certification and exams, both the time to schedule and the response time and backlog. Short term, we've put more people on it to work through that backlog. We are almost caught up in real time. But I think the more important thing is for a longer term fix. We're in the process right now of customer journey mapping, which means looking at that exam process as a customer to find out how easy is it, how can we make it simpler and easier for our customers. And we're looking at it internally to make it as lean and efficient and simple as we possibly can. We've committed to having that done this year and then implementing it next year. So within the next 12 to 18 months, you should see permanent improvements in the exam and certification scheduling process.
I'm looking at the online.
Your new client portal has made some of our transactions easier, but there are still improvements to be made in terms of system stability and functionality. What new services can we expect from this portal, and what is your plan to enhance it going forward?
Okay. Yeah, so we talked a lot about the portal, which is a huge milestone for TSSA. I do encourage anybody here or listening, if you haven't logged on yet, to do so and find your way around. We're certainly looking for, in the first year, we have about, I think, 10% of our clients who have logged on and connected to their account in the portal. So we want to see that grow over the next year, get some feedback that will help determine what some of the next steps might be. But we are also looking at, we brought in about 80% of our application volume, and we're certainly looking to add more of that volume within the next 1 to 2 years, so that everything can be done on the portal, because right now it's not quite everything. But looking for that first year of stabilization, I think, before we determine what some of the more next steps are.
Another question. You mentioned about introducing new licenses. Has your proposal been approved by the government, and when do you expect to implement these new licenses?
So we're proposing new licenses in areas where we already regulate but don't actually license. It will require some regulatory change. So the timing of regulation change is always a government decision. We have a sort of target implementation right now for those new licenses in January 2026 and July 2026, staggering it. We have been already engaging with stakeholders since 2023. This fall, we're sharing more of a draft implementation plan, so there's a little bit more detail about what it would look like for those new licensing regimes, getting some feedback. Government will share that feedback with government as well as they plan their next steps on the potential for the regulation changes.
Okay, thank you. And a final question. TSSA recently announced new fees for late payments and inspection appointment cancellations. Could you specify which regulated sectors or industries will be affected by these fees?
Since I'll answer for the CFO today. So the new late and cancellation fees are going to be implemented on November 1st, and they apply to all of the sectors. So the late fee is for all of our authorizations. About 80% of our regulated clients pay on time. The late fee is really to encourage everybody to pay on time. That is, we would like to not collect a single late fee. And so we want everything renewed before, by the expiry date. That closes the safety gap and improves efficiency, and it does apply to individual certificate holders and organizational and site licenses. The cancellation fees are for inspections that are customer scheduled or driven, so sort of elevator initials where you as a client have booked an inspection with TSSA. We are asking if you need to cancel it, that you cancel it 3 days before the inspection. If it's less than 3 days, then a cancellation fee is going to apply. But both of these new fees are completely avoidable. So that's what we're hoping, actually, is to not have to collect any of these. And any more questions in the room? I think that might be it. I know the minister is coming. He's doing multiple engagements in quick succession today, also trying to navigate traffic, which is not his area of responsibility. But I think if he's still on his way, we will just, that's why I'm looking at my phone. Oh, he's just arrived. So we'll just wait probably about 60 seconds maybe while he gets out of his car. And then we'll go to the safety awards after the minister joins us.
I keep thinking we've got the equipment. Does anyone want to do karaoke? Like 60 seconds?
Oasis?
Oasis, yeah. Is RJ going to introduce the minister? RJ? Yeah. did you want to come up and introduce the minister? Yes.
Too many times, treading water and crossing the wires, but you push me and you move me to never get me left behind, 'cause what you give me gets sweeter with time. It's never enough, it's never enough. With you I feel like I'm bulletproof. You're the light that keeps coming through. It's never enough, it's never enough.
It's a nice little musical interlude, but I'm not going to sing. Moving on to the next part, we're very pleased to welcome the Honourable Todd McCarthy, Ontario's Minister of Public and Business Service Delivery and Procurement. Since assuming this role last year, Minister McCarthy has prioritized consumer protection, safety, and efficiency, policy goals that align with TSSA's modern regulatory approach. We're grateful for his support of our outcome-focused vision. So please join me in welcoming Minister McCarthy to the stage to share a few words with us.
Thank you very much, RJ, Mr. Chair, for that warm welcome, and all of you. Thanks for your warm welcome today. It's an honor to be here as the Minister of Public and Business Service Delivery and Procurement as of June 6, 2024, to be with you to conclude the Technical Standards and Safety Authority's annual public meeting. You know, in my prior life as a trial lawyer, and it's a matter of public record, I represented Canada's Wonderland, and I know that that great organization continues to enjoy a wonderful working relationship with the TSSA team to help keep all of the visitors to Wonderland safe. And I know that your mandate, of course, includes keeping all of Ontario safe. So thank you for the great work that you do. So I'd like to acknowledge TSSA President and CEO Bonnie Rose, and of course Board Chair RJ Falcone, my fellow learned counsel. I offer my sincerest congratulations for your vision in leading TSSA to achieve its crucial public safety mandate, because it impacts people and businesses in every corner of our great province. And I was so honored to ride what I call the Alpine Way with RJ during the CNE this year when I had my safety tour, and when we posted the great visit on social media. And I know the CNE was a great success because of the work of the TSSA. To the rest of your leadership and staff, and to the Industry and Consumer Advisory Councils, thank you for putting safety first for the residents and the citizens of our province. TSSA's responsibility is not only specialized, but it's critical. Regulating fuels, boilers, pressure vessels, elevating devices, amusement rides, ski lifts, and so much more. While most residents of Ontario may not give a second thought to their reliance on these items as they go about their day-to-day lives, TSSA staff and leadership are focused on upholding their safety and their peace of mind. For that, both our government and the people we serve together who reside in communities throughout our province are truly and forever grateful. Earlier this summer, as I said, well, it was actually right at the end of August, I did so much enjoy being at the CNE, and it brought back a lot of memories. I didn't get to see the show dogs this year, but I'll be back. As the biggest community event in Canada, more than 1 million people visit the CNE every year, and TSSA, of course, does play that crucial role in ensuring our families and loved ones can have that safe, memorable experience on the fairgrounds. I've always had what I would call as 3 phases of my CNE that I told RJ and team about, which was being there as a little fellow with my 2 brothers and my mom and dad back in the 60s and 70s, and then dating my now wife of 37 years, Kathy, and then bring our own little ones there. And maybe someday I'll get to bring grandchildren as well. That'd be great. But we love going to the X, that's for sure. And I did see firsthand the dedication and the commitment and the teamwork in making sure the ride operations and the food vendor trucks were safe as well. In addition to meeting your public safety mandate, I know that TSSA has accomplished a great deal in this past year. TSSA completed the first year of the strategic plan, which was a significant step in modernizing the organization. In March of 2024, President and CEO Bonnie Rose was named Canada's top woman in safety. Bonnie, this is truly a testament to your career and your expertise and your dedication. Congratulations. TSSA was also named a 3-time winner of a 5-star Safety Cultures Award by Canadian Occupational Safety Magazine, another accolade acknowledging the great work of your organization. And the following month, in April 2024, TSSA launched its new customer portal as part of the final phase of its OASIS technology platform, providing customers with more efficient services online. And this is consistent with our ministry's mandate to make sure that we offer that service online for greater efficiency, but also, of course, the in-person touch remains so important. Throughout the year, TSSA continued to promote safety through a number of educational campaigns. And education, as we all know, is very, very important to our membership and to our citizens and residents. These educational campaigns, of course, included a campaign for carbon monoxide safety, very, very important. The Trunk Slammers campaign, which is a campaign for awareness of unregistered and unlicensed fuel workers. And of course, a winter safety campaign, very important because, of course, we have 4 seasons in Ontario and Canada. As leaders in the safety industry, you understand, I know firsthand, that protecting the public starts with educating our citizens and our residents throughout Ontario, educating them about the risks of just simple everyday activities. And I commend you for your commitment to consumer awareness through these creative campaigns. In closing, I want to thank TSSA and all of its members for the vital role you each play in protecting our province and maintaining, and this is important, public confidence in the strong standards and oversight of the sectors you regulate. Never shrink from that duty. We obviously want to be open. We want to make sure that families and individuals in our amusement parks have a great time and a great visit, but safety first, and we err on the side of safety, and I thank you for that. Your reputation is second to none throughout North America, I might add. So our government remains committed to protecting the people of Ontario, as you do, so that this province will continue to be the best place to live, work, raise a family, start a business, and enjoy leisure activities. And let's face it, when we step onto an elevator, we expect safety. We don't give it a moment's thought, but that's because TSSA is fulfilling its mandate for safety, and we thank you for that. Thank you for the confidence that you bring both to me, the ministry that I serve in, and to all the people of Ontario who depend upon you. Because of the important work you do, Ontarians can go about their lives knowing they and their loved ones are safe, whether that be on a ski lift, a Ferris wheel, or simply an office elevator. It is a pleasure to work alongside each and every one of you so that this vital service for Ontario is maintained and enhanced. So thank you for your kind attention this afternoon, and I look forward to continuing to work with you in the coming year. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Minister McCarthy, for those kind words. As I said in my earlier remarks, it's all about the partnership that Bonnie and her team has with your ministry, and the partnership that you and I have working together. That's so, so important. So thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate your remarks and really look forward to continuing the strong partnership that we have with you. I'm going to turn the podium back over to Bonnie, and we can do our safety awards.
Told you it's been a while since I've done heels. Seriously, there was nothing in my Diet Coke. Now, I am very excited to move to my favorite part of this meeting, recognizing this year's Safety Award winners. In our regulated sectors, many organizations and professionals are committed to enhancing safety in Ontario. They keep innovating and striving for the best safety results possible. We are proud to honor these safety partners and industry leaders with TSSA's Safety Awards. Each of the recipients, past and present, has demonstrated the outstanding qualities of a true safety champion. They go above and beyond compliance and strive to uphold the highest safety standards to keep our province safe. Their remarkable stories are great learnings for those aspiring to make a difference in safety. It's my great pleasure to announce this year's Impact Award winner, Modern Niagara. As one of Canada's largest mechanical contractors, Modern Niagara excels in prioritizing safety and building a strong culture of compliance. Their exceptional commitment to extensive training, close partnerships with regulators, and robust data-driven decision-making has set a new benchmark for safety excellence. They clearly show what it means to be an outstanding safety partner and how to make a meaningful impact on safety. Please enjoy this video of the Modern Niagara team.
Modern Niagara is one of the biggest mechanical contractors in Canada.
We are a mechanical, electrical, and building services contractor. We have expanded into energy solutions.
We build the infrastructure for Canada's tomorrow. We have plumbing, electrical, sheet metal, we have controls, we have quite a number of trades that we have nationally across Canada. Safety to me is a way of life. It has to be, the first thought in your mind when you're approaching something. It can't be an afterthought because it has to be ingrained in you. It has to be part of the whole job that you're going to do.
Internally, our specialists go to site, do inspections as well as management. We also take analytics from any incidents that occur.
If it's unsafe, we're there to support the field staff and come out and have a look at jobs. Our safety team as well. They'll come out, assess a job, find a safer way, a different way to get a job done so that we can all go home safe.
Recently, mental health has been the upcoming and more challenging thing in our industry. I think in all industries really, and there has been mental health crises that we are involved in, so just navigating how to support those people and what to do is the biggest challenge, I would say, right now.
I think that Modern Niagara is getting this award because of the effort we put into safety on all aspects, not just the safety team and the compliance team, but all the individuals from the company. They care about safety and they participate in safety and they give the feedback and opinions that are needed for us to be one of the safest companies in Canada.
Congratulations to the Modern Niagara team. Now I'd like to invite Paul Bradley, Vice President, IBT Operations and Services from Modern Niagara, to please join me on the stage to accept your award and say a few words. Thank you. Here you go. I think they want a picture of us.
Perfect.
Before I take out the picture. Got it?
Perfect.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Paul Bradley, Vice President, Building Services and Controls within Modern Niagara. I hope you were able to pick up from the video that safety is something that's deeply embedded in our culture. A large part of that is driven by the efforts of our safety team and our regulatory compliance team, of which I'd like to thank them for all of their efforts. I'd also like to thank TSSA for this recognition and also seeing that we demonstrate that daily. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and once again, congratulations to the Modern Niagara team. Now let's turn to the Legacy Award, which recognizes sustained safety impact over time. This year's winner is Andreas Tanzer. Andreas is a true trailblazer in the water park industry with a distinguished 38-year career in water ride design and safety. Andreas has set the industry standard through his groundbreaking work, including the development of a safety standard that has profoundly enhanced safety practices in the water park industry. Even in retirement, Andreas continues to lead and inspire through his role on a global safety standard committee. His unwavering commitment to safety and innovation makes him a deserving recipient of this award. Let's watch this video about Andreas.
So I've been in the amusement industry and the water park industry mainly for the last 38 years. I've been a designer, engineer, project coordinator, project manager, basically the whole spectrum of everything that's involved with amusement parks and water rides. It's my passion to keep the industry safe. I've been doing that all my life. I want to make sure that water parks, amusement rides, and the industry stays as safe as possible. So when designing rides, you want to make things safe, but you also want to make sure that everything has a good balance between the safety and the excitement. That's when I realized that we can make rides that are substantially more exciting, that are family rides or children rides that can be as exciting but as safe as possible. I like staying around in the park after the ride is open for the first 1 or 2 days, because that's really what drives me. When I can sit back, nobody knows who I am, then you start hearing what they're saying and how fantastic the ride is and how thrilling the ride is. That's what drives me. It's when I get that feedback, which is very, very impartial, that's what keeps me going. So I found out I was nominated and I was awarded the TSSA Safety Legacy Award. I was totally set back. I was surprised, I had no idea. And I was very honored. Like right away, it was like, this is a big deal. I'm very honored to be the very first person in our industry, in the amusement and water park industry, to receive the TSSA Safety Legacy Award. It's a privilege, and I'll share it with everybody involved in our industry.
Now I'd like to invite Andreas Tanzer to accept the award on the stage and say a few words. Maybe I'll get you to come over here so that
a little bit further over. I better not drop that. This is worse than being at a deposition, I'll be honest with you. I was writing this and I was, because I was asked to say a few words, so I was writing it and I'm like, oh boy, this is even worse than standing up in front of a bunch of people, either a deposition or a legal matter, but regardless, I won't take up too much time. It's an honor to be nominated and presented with this award. I'm incredibly surprised and couldn't realize that this could actually happen. Safety is the most crucial factor in the water park amusement industry and its continued success and our success. I spent the last 38 years designing, developing, fabricating, installing, and enjoying the results. Actually do ride the rides with ProSlide over the last 38 years. Extremely rewarding and demanding work, but because our industry and the people in it are like a big family, it kept drawing me back in. Even though I'm retired from ProSlide this year in July, I'm going to continue my work keeping the water park and amusement industry as safe as we can. I will continue as Vice Chair of ASTM F24 Standards on amusement rides,
continue participating in the TSSA Amusement Ride Advisory Council, teaching at Ames International Safety Seminar in January in Florida, and sitting on their board of directors. I'm not going anywhere soon. Yes, I did retire from ProSide, but I'm staying in the industry. I want to continue to help and protect the water park and the amusement industry regardless. I want to share my knowledge. I want to be able to continue showing the people in the industry and anybody who's interested that the industry can be safe through now, my company, AGT Consulting. All of this, however, would not have been possible without the incredible patience and support of my wife. Without her, without Louise, this ride would not be as fun and exciting. I knew it. It wouldn't be as exciting as possible. Closing, I'd like to say thank you to TSSA and the awards committee and the nominating committee and all those who were involved with this. It is appreciated. And I will carry this with honor.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, thank you.
Before I say a last word of congratulations, I just want to remind you, when you stand at the top of the ride, looking down, going, who the hell thought of this? You know who to look at. Congratulations again to Andreas Tanzer. Your legacy of passion and dedication exemplifies what it means to be a true safety leader. Thank you for all your exceptional contributions to improving safety for Ontario. We look forward to hearing more inspiring stories from all of you. So with that, I'm going to hand it back to RJ.
Thanks, Bonnie. Well, that was pretty touching. I want to add as well the congratulations to our safety award winners. Clearly, your commitment to safety is absolutely inspiring. And thank you for going above and beyond to make Ontario safe for all of us. So we're just going to wrap up with a few words. For those who are interested in a fuller picture of the state of public safety in Ontario as it relates to the industries that TSSA regulates, be sure to check out TSSA's 2024 Public Safety Report posted online at tssa.org. The Public Safety Report is TSSA's key disclosure of the state of safety in our province. And our Safety and Risk Officer, Angela Byrne, has been instrumental in reviewing TSSA's public safety responsibilities and guiding our reporting process. So before we close, the board would like to acknowledge and take a moment to recognize Angela, who recently completed her 5-year term with TSSA. Since 2019, she has made valuable recommendations through her independent reviews that have led to important changes at TSSA. And we are grateful for her guidance and support. So thank you, Angela, for your commitment to Ontario safety, and we wish you well in your future endeavors. Where are you? So this concludes our meeting today. Thank you all for joining us at this year's annual public meeting. We value your support and look forward to partnering for a safe Ontario. Merci à tous d'être avec nous à cette assemblée publique annuelle. Votre soutien est important pour bâtir un Ontario sécuritaire. I hope you can join us again next year to review another positive and progressive year in safety. So keep well, everybody. Thank you.